So, hey guys, today we're going to be looking at uh, mostly just this one card. We're going to be looking at Green Ninja. So, Green Ninja has this lovely effect. If a monster is special summoned to your field face up, except during the damage step, you can target one of them. Special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, change that monster to face down defense position. If this card is sent from the hand or field to the graveyard, you can target one monster on the field, change it to face up attack position or face down defense position. You can only use each effect of Green Ninja once per turn. So this card might look innocuous, right? Nothing particularly strong about this card. But actually, what if I said there is something to this card? So with hand triggers, they actually don't chain block, and this is a trigger effect, as you can see here. If a monster is special summoned to your field, face up, or get one of them, special summon this card from your hand. So let's say I special summon, I guess for now, let's say we special summon Moyi. If we were to special summon Moyi, and our opponent has a response, when does Green Ninja actually trigger? So let's assume here in this case special summon Moyi, chain 1, chain 2 Imperm, chain 3 will be able to be Green Ninja. And that would allow you to flip the Moyi face down, right? And then after Moyi is flipped face down, even if your opponent chains Effect Veiler twice onto our Green Ninja, because Moyi is chain 1 here, nothing can technically uh, negate Moyi chain 1, right? But anyways, even aside from that, cards that are face down cannot be negated. So, uh, technically, the effect veilers after Green Ninja or whatever still will be able to affect Moyi. You know, the effect actually does go through to negate, it just doesn't do anything anymore, if that makes sense. But yeah, either way, Green Ninja, you're able to use this as chain 3 if your opponent has a response, and we can use this to play around Effect Veiler and Infinite Impermanence. So now it's mostly just about finding uh, what we can actually play this with. So Mogi obviously not really possible unless you summon it off of Ecclesia, but still, the idea is there. So depending on exactly what we're triggering though, I guess that also matters. So the other effect of Green Ninja, I guess worth mentioning is if this card is sent from the hand or field to the graveyard, you can target any monster on the field, change it to face up or face down defense position. So face up attack or face down defense. And we can only use each effect of Green Ninja once per turn. Speaking of which, face down attack position is pretty cursed. Anyways, focusing back up. Because of this, technically, this is a little bit more splashable than it seems, but we still need a way to remove Green Ninja from the field. I mean, in an ideal world, I guess using this in a fusion deck, like not like a ninja one, but just a fusion deck in general, that might not be too bad. If this worked on normal summon as well, this would become kind of broken, maybe, like on the verge of maybe being broken, or at least like very playable or more splashable than you might expect. But right now, as is, it's fine. The biggest hurdle we have is honestly getting Green Ninja off the field easily. So let's just say, for example, we do, let's see, who's the fun one? Well, yeah, let's go with Vanquish Soul. So let's say we special summon Rosin. If we were to special summon Rosin, then special summon Green Ninja, and our opponent imperms our Rosin, which we don't even need really because we have Caesar Valius and Orger. But let's assume it is the case, right? In this case, what should we do after we flip our Rosin face down? What can we do with this Green Ninja exactly? Well, we would need another body to at least link off Green Ninja. Or if we're playing a flip deck, we can just ignore it, honestly. So in maybe Chimera fusion, it might be fine. So we have the idea of normal summoning Mirror Sword Knight, and then quick effect tribute Mirror Sword Knight. Assuming our opponent doesn't have like an Ash Blossom, because this doesn't do anything against Ash Blossom. We can then use Mirror Sword Knight effect to special summon our copy of Big Winged Baphomet. Then when Big Winged Baphomet is special summoned here, it will trigger to search. If our opponent tries to imperm this, we can special summon Green Ninja, and we would be able to use Green Ninja next turn with Chimera Fusion to make Guardian Chimera. So this would cause us to, if we were to use two guys on the field, it would be destroy two, draw one, and Book of Moon. So that's very strong, and this also allowed us to dodge Infinite Impermanence or Effect Veiler. Or if our opponent doesn't know rulings, they could go a little bit more negative, but you know, if we were to pop to Book of Moon 1, that's already pretty deadly, but we also dodge like an Infinite Impermanence, so that's like uh 3 parts of interruption, and then uh dodging that card that would give our opponent, assuming we get like a really good Guardian Chimera off, that's like our opponent probably going around -4, which is pretty crazy to think about. And this is all technically like just a 1 card combo almost, right? Well, 2 card, right? So normal summon like Mirror Sword Knight. You can do that by having Mirror Sword Knight in hand, having Quaidle in hand. Same thing. It's the Mirror Sword Knight. Green Ninja can trigger to special summon itself. And then boom, your opponent is now suffering and in pain. But if we don't have a fusion deck, so let's say something maybe like Pearly, then we would need to be able to do something else with Green Ninja, I guess. Even just going for Apollosa is not the worst thing in the world, so could go for something like that. Or very simply, just even an IP is not the worst thing in the world, so let's assume we're playing Pearly with this, and it's aight, I guess. So what we could do here is, let's say we open like some of our memories. So what we can do is we can MP memory to send, and also worth mentioning, I guess, is this allows you to discard a card. So if we have a memory left over at the end of our turn, we can just set it to send Green Ninja from hand as well. If this card is sent from the hand or field to the graveyard, Book of Moon. So this actually also works towards going second a bit as well, which is interesting. Because it can kind of dodge some effects. You out with that a little bit. In the case of Pearly, though, we can just use Green Ninja, sending it from our hand in order to use it as a Book of Moon, which is cool. We can also use this as interruption in the same kind of way. But let's just assume we do like special summon Pearly. We can send whatever from hand, right? And then special summon Pearly. If our opponent chains Imperm, we can just use Green Ninja effect on the Pearly. We can then, if no response, we can just toss our Green Ninja because we don't need it. And then summon other Pearly and just combo normally. If this actually has to go onto the field, we can link it off with IP to flip our copy of Pearly, Pearl Lily back face up, and use the effect to attach a graveyard card, so that'll be fine, and we'll definitely get my friend. Is there a better target for Green Ninja? Not really sure. To make in the extra deck, but card is more versatile than it seems, perhaps. It's playable in some other decks, but this is the general idea with what you could be doing with Green Ninja. and there are probably some other great ideas that I just have not really thought of, but a somewhat decent idea would be maybe trying it out in Snake Eyes or something like that. And you have the idea of also going into Isolde. So if you go into Isolde, obviously you're just uh, having a good time, I suppose, right? This is a warrior after all, so we can just pretend this is just a warrior that you can special summon from your hand with like no real issues. So there's that, I guess. Easy Isolde plays, and what else we got? Hmm. Can't think of anything else super particularly interesting right now, but yeah, this would be playable at least. I don't know to what extent, but it's playable with something like Snake Eyes, for example, as well. Shouldn't be that hard to have extra bodies to link off Green Ninja for pretty much anything. And I guess also worth mentioning is Green Ninja is level 2, so it's pretty easy to bring back with, for example, a Sprite Elf. So just a worst case scenario for our opponent to deal with. If we have specifically IP Mask and then we make Sprite Elf, so this requires essentially 3 monsters, which is pretty doable. So Green Ninja plus 2 other monsters, then we can link off for IP, and then link IP off for Sprite Elf, bringing back the Green Ninja on this turn, and then next turn we can bring back IP, and then we can link off all of these guys. So this cannot be used as link material. The turn it is link summon, but it can be used as link material then, technically. So we can link off these guys for Apollosa, for example, and then Book of Moon, our opponent's monster. So that's another kind of idea if we want to try for that. But just in general, we do have options with this, which makes it pretty damn interesting. Just one idea, for example, is we could use Manadia Meek plus Green Ninja or something like that to make like Herald of Darklight as well. Because the monsters are so low level, you could just do that. Well, yeah. So those are just some ideas I've had recently, and if you guys have decks that make use of this, feel free to try them out with Green Ninja. Yeah, so that's all I got for you guys today. And if you have any texts or ideas you'd like to share, feel free to leave them in the comments below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.